Let's spend a few minutes talking about time management in standard time. What you're looking at here is the timesheet in standard time. There are 6 tabs along the top, so you have some tools to work with. We're looking at the timesheet, and the hours that you see here were put in using a timer. Now I'll show you that a little bit later, but first of all I wanted to show you that with every employee you typically have administrative work and then project work. And so you see a series of tasks over on the left hand side here. You can go to the Tools menu and choose Projects to create them. So you see that administrative project over here and then the other projects below it. You have properties you can fill out here, which mostly are optional. You also see, let me go back to last week so we eliminate these hours. We also see a series of tasks underneath each project which you can log time to. Those are created in the Project Tasks tab. So the wide blue bands that you see here are projects, and then the white bands, the white rows, are project tasks. So each task has a estimated duration, actual hours, remaining, percent complete, and then a status bar, as well as some other fields that you can put in by going to the View menu and choosing Columns. So you can create your own project tasks. They show up in the timesheet, and then you can log time to those. So the hours that you see listed here are actually time logs. So if you click on the Time Log tab, you see a list of the time logs that were logged in the timesheet, whether using the timer or entered manually. So these are just segments of time where you've done project work, whether that's administrative work or regular project time. These are the same hours that you see in the timesheet. In fact, you can go to the timesheet, click this little drop-down arrow, and then choose the graphical timesheet to show you another view of the same data. Again, these are the same time log records. They're just displayed in graphical format, and so you can see them in the order in which they were logged. Go back to this little drop down, choose the timesheet, and we're back to the familiar timesheet where you can see your project tasks. Now, one interesting way to log time is with a timer, as we mentioned earlier. If we go up to the View menu and choose Quick Tasks, there is another window that displays the projects with all of the tasks underneath it. So to begin working on a task, you would simply click the checkbox next to it. That starts the timer, and so presumably you can go off and start working on that task, and then as you complete the task or finished for that segment for that day, you can then start working on a completely different project, on a completely different task by simply clicking the checkbox for that. That will stop the previous task and then start the new one. So again, you would go off, work on that task, and then when you're finished with that, you can either go to another task or you can uncheck, and that would stop the timer. So as you start and stop the timer, you are putting time into the timesheet automatically. And so that will show up here at the daily totals at the bottom, weekly total. So one recommendation or interesting thing you can do is to try to use the timer for about 30 hours a week. That will get you closely in touch with the time management for project tasks, and so then once you've got about 30 hours in, you can supplement that by simply going in and touching these hours up or entering time manually so that you have your full 40 hours. When you want to run reports, you can go over to the report section, open up the time logs, and then there's a series of reports. They're going to report the same hours that you see here and in the time log. If you want to look at a dashboard view, you can go to the project tasks, look at the actual hours that were logged there against each task, and compare those with the estimates, your percent complete. So Those are some tools you can use in standard time to enhance your time management.